Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Avai Charnaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Nitilla Pravishta Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivajikacharya Ashtotar Sadasi Śrīmad Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Anant Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Syama Kund Radha Kundigiri Govardhan ki Shri Vrindavan Dham ki Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki Ganga Mai Yamuna Mai ki Bhakti Devi Tulasi Maharani ki Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Vallabh ki Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Granthara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious assembled devotees, all glorious Sri Guru and Gauranga, all glorious Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Deyad Mudiraye Nasta Praeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavati Sevaya Bhagavatir Uttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistikim. Continue our reading from 4th canto, from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, 4th canto, chapter 25. Chapter entitles The Characteristics of King Puranjana. Text number 7. Narado Vacha Bho Bho Prajapate Rajan Pashun Pasyatyadvare Pashu Pasyatyadvare Sangyapitan Jiva Sanghan Sangyapitan Jiva Sanghan Nigrineta Sahasrasa Nigrineta Sahasrasa. Narado Vacha Bho Bho Prajapate Rajan Bho Bho Prajapate Rajan Pashun Pashun Pasyatvadhyadvare Pashu Pasyantvayadvare Samgyapitan Jiva Sanghan Sangyapitan Jiva Sanghan Nigrena Nenam Sahasrasa Nigrinena Sahasrasa. Narado Vacha Bho Bho Prajapate Rajan Pashun Pasyatvayadvare Sangyapitan Jiva Sanghan Nigrinena Sahasrasa. Narada Vacha. The great sage Narada replied, Bho, Bho, hello, Prajapate, O ruler of the citizens, Rajan, O king, Pashun, animals, Pashya, please see, Tvaya, by you, Advare, in the sacrifice, Samgyapitan, killed, Jiva Sanghan, groups of animals, Nigrinena, without pity, Sahasrasa, in thousands. Translation in Prabhupada by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki. Translation. The great sage Narada said, O ruler of the citizen, my dear king, please see in the sky those animals which you have sacrificed without compassion and without mercy in the sacrificial arena. Translation responsibly. Great sage Narada said, O ruler of the citizens, my dear king, please see in the sky those animals which you have sacrificed without compassion and without mercy in the sacrificial arena. Purport. Because the animal sacrifice is recommended in the Vedas, there are animal sacrifices in almost all religious rituals. However, one should not be satisfied simply by killing animals according to the directions of the scriptures. One should transcend the ritualistic ceremonies and try to understand the actual truth, the purpose of life. Narada Muni wanted to instruct the king about the real purpose of the life and invoke the spirit of renunciation in his heart. Knowledge and the spirit of the renunciation, jnana vairagya, are the ultimate goal of life. Without knowledge, one cannot become detached from the material enjoyment. And without being detached from the material enjoyment, one cannot make spiritual advancement. Karmis are generally engaged in the sense gratification, and for their end, they are prepared to commit so many sinful activities. Animal sacrifice is but one such sinful activity. Consequently, by the mystic power of Narada Muni, showed King Prachinavarishat the dead animals which he had sacrificed. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitanmena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Utapadakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sujivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Sri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhambitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhevacha patitanam bhavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, we continue our discussion. So here, we are continuing to hear the lineage of Maharaj Dhruva, Maharaj Prithu Maharaj, and in the line of Maharaj Dhruva, Maharaj Prithu, we have a king, by the name Prachini Varishat. And he has 10 sons. What are the names of the 10 sons? Prachetas. Prachetas have been ordered by his father, Prachini Varishat, to go and do austerity. Just give me a second. So they followed the instruction of father and went to Bindu Sarovar to perform a austerity. Being merciful, Lord Shiva has come and given him the Rudra Gitas to chant and perform tapasya, austerity. So these Prachetas are now at the Bindu Sarovar performing their austerity, following the instruction of Lord Shiva. Meanwhile, what happens is Narad Muni, who is the spiritual master of Dhruva Maharaj, in being compassion to Prachini Varishat, he comes to his kingdom. Prachini Varishat is very highly inclined in a ritualistic activities called Karma Kanda. Karma Kanda is the activities that are performed. It's a pious activity following the rules and regulations of the scriptures, Vedas, and perform a pious activities. As Prabhupada mentions in the purport that there are some activities are mentioned in the Vedas that the animals can be sacrificed on those ritualistic activities. Purely in the next purport, in the next verse, Srila Prabhupada mentions that these animals who are being sacrificed, they're what does he mention? So basically, these sacrifices are performed by a priest for multiple reasons. One reason is that the chanting of those mantras are tested. By this sacrifice, the animal who's being sacrificed gets a better life. In fact, the Prabhupada mentioned is it gets the human life, promoted the human life. And so the Prachini Varishat, being attached to his karmakandic activities, he's performing so many animals, which is unnecessary killing. Therefore, Narad Muni says, even by his mystic power, he was able to actually bring those animals into his vision through his mystic power to show them, look, the animals you have killed, they are waiting for you. So, the next couple of verses actually just goes more details in a discussion of animal or meat eating or killing animals, which is here Narad Muni will to start instructing. It's not necessary, it's not it's the act of cruelty in human life. Narada Muni will continue with his narration of discussing about the allegorical story of King Puranjan to Prachinivarsha. That's which we'll study in the future chapter. So today we will just see what is the reference, what actually the Shastra also condemns. Where does the Shastra condemns that meat eating is not necessary? Modern days I was just looking at the statistic. It's mind-blowing the number of animals killed worldwide. It's just mind-blowing. Let's first look at some of the. Prabhupada makes some points in the next purport as well. He quotes the very famous the law book of Manu Samhita or Manu Smriti. We know Manu Smriti is, as we know, that there are 12 Mahajans who are authorized or authority on the Veda or in the dharma or religious principles. So one of them is Manu. So Manu gives a law for every mankind to abide by. That's why we are known as Manushya, or we belonging to the lineage of Manu. Manu is the very first being, the Manu and Shatrupa. So we come in that line. So he gives a guideline for a human being to abide by. So that's why. So in this law book or the Manusmriti, chapter 5, text 55, he says that creature whose flesh I am eating here, and now will consume me in next life. The next life, that whatever if we kill, the next life that animal will kill you. That's called there. In same reference, Narad Muni in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 11, chapter 5, verse number 14, also gives very similar description. He mentions, those sinful persons who are ignorant of actual religious principles, yet consider themselves to be completely pious, without regret commit violence against innocent animals, who are fully trusted in them. In their next life, such sinful person will be eaten by the same creatures they have killed in this world. That's pretty heavy. Huh? This is in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Now, another reference in the Manu Samhita, it says, Yavanti pasuromani tyaktva krito hi marananam Bitritya pasugna pratito pretya janmani. As many hair as the slain beast has, so often indeed will be he killed it without a law. Reason to suffer a violent death in the future, which means that as many hair is in that animal's body, you will have to take birth again. It's pretty heavy, isn't it? So now there's a common notion that, okay, I did not kill People will say, I eat non-veg, but I did not kill. Am I part of the game? Same reference, Manu Samhita again. It says, there are 8 people. He calls it ghatakas. Ghataka means murder. In Sanskrit, ghataka means murderers. There are 8 different people who take part in this. Anumanta, one who gives or sanctions. That's also considered the killer, murderer. Anumanta Visistata, one who cuts the flesh into pieces. One who cuts. Nihanta, the killer, actual killer. Kraya, buyer. Bikreya, seller. Samskarta, one who cooks. Upaharta, who serves. And Khadaka, one who eats. Pretty heavy. We think we not part of it. No. Everybody, for example, if a group of people or people goes to the bank and steals the gold or whatever, the wealth, the money, and then goes and distributes. So in the law of, just even a law of common government law, whoever sanctioned that activity, whoever actually performed the activity, whoever transports the activity, that crime, whoever sells and buys that product, they all are part of the crime, isn't it? Similarly, our scriptures and the scriptures also say, yes, we are not just ourselves. There are so many. Everybody else is part of this act. And in the first canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Maharaj Parikshit he's going out and checking in his kingdom. He meets a personified Kali, right? Kali is the personification of the sins or the. So when Maharaj Parikshit encounters with him, he sees that this sinful person has actually has beaten up a bull, which has only 3 legs. He's almost broken the bulls. And Maharaj Parikshit says, why have you done this sinful activity? And then Maharaj Parikshit was just about to kill this personality. Then at that time, this person actually says, this is my era, I am the personification of Kali, I need some place to live. So where does Maharaj Parikshit ask the Kali to live? 5 places. He gave him 5. Gold, yes. Casino, gambling. Slaughterhouse, where the prostitution or illicit sex takes place, and intoxication. 5 places. Actually, he said first 4 places. The meat eating, the slaughterhouse or meat eating area, or illicit sex, gambling, and intoxication. These 4 places you can go and reside there. Because the king was so pious at the time, these sinful activities didn't exist. He said, where can I live while you're here, during your reign? And he said, okay, you can go and live in the the place will be a gold. Wherever there is gold is kept, and you stay there. So like that, the Maharaj Pariksit or the Kali or the sinful activities in these places like gambling, slaughterhouse, illicit sex, wherever there is, and the intoxication, and where there is a lot of gold and opulence, there's the sinful activities takes place. So we see in the teachings of most prominent religion, they don't also support these activities of killing animals, poor animals. In the Bible, one of the 10 Commandments, I think it says, "Thou shalt not kill." I think their interpretation is "Thou shalt not kill," that it only goes to the level of human. Yeah, but as we understand from the deeper from scriptures and everything, that it's not just only the humans. All living entity who's got a soul. That includes animals, bird, beasts, all those animals, even the plants and trees, they have a soul. So it's everybody. We should not kill. Now, science also has done a fair extensive study whether we as a human require to have a meat, for our existence. Which actually science also has proven that our existing does not require any the diet of non-veg items. Does not require. Some of the things they have done is compare the carnivores who consume a non-veg, and herbivores, which are the animals which live in the plants, like cows, horse, elephant. They all live in the grass. They survive in the grass. Carnivores, which they only eat flesh. And the humans. So, like our system, our teeth, or even you open your mouth, those who consume a flesh has got a bigger, wider mouth. Yes, and even their teeth is just designed to grab. Their sharp tooth, four front teeth are sharp. Whereas our teeth, our mouth has got a little opening, and the teeth are blunt. It's not as sharp as and then they're flat. It is more for chewing. If you compare our chewing process and the chewing of the herbivores, like cows and horse, they chew. We chew a lot of food, but those animals who consume flesh, like a tiger or crocodile, what do? Just gulp, just swallow. And when they swallow, even the test is done that our acidic or digestive system is not really designed for a non-veg or meat items. Whereas if we see the colons of those animals, they are 3 to 6 times length of their body part. But ours intestines is 10 or 12 times in length, which means it takes longer for our meat to pass through. And like that, their nails, their everything they're sharp. They are, and ours are pretty much flat. We can't do much. So they all, even the body, if you look at study the body of the animal who eats meat, and us, it's different. It's not really a design. And of course, consuming meat has got issues like health issues. According to the Journal American Association, the Journal American Medical Association, 1961, it says that 90 to 97% of the heart disease can be prevented by just a vegetarian diet in the world. 90 to 97%. As one of the main cause of cancer is also it's by consuming meat. That causes a cancer. Cooked meat and fish contains a carcinogen. What is it called? Carcinogen, which sometimes attacks the cells in the as a DNA. That just destroys it. So it's again, causing a problem. Now, another factor. If you look at it in the ecological, in the environmental damage, it causes the consumption of meat. It's got a drastic, phenomenal scale. It has, damage. Water use. To produce a kilo of grain, it requires only 25 liters of water. They have done the studies. And this is according to this was published in the Guardian newspaper on the 2018 in May. And they have done thorough study through the different statistics. So grain, it takes only 25 kilos to produce a kilo of grain. Fruit and vegetables, it's about 322 liters per kg. Vegetables was 322 liter. Fruit, 962 liter per kg. To produce a chicken is 4,325 liter per kg. Produce 1 kg of meat of chicken. Pork is 5,988 liters per kg. Sheep meat is 8,761 liter. And guess what? Beef. 15,415 liter is required to produce 1 kilo of beef. That's water consumption in the world. That's drastic. So the cow, the life of cow, from birth till it's been slaughtered, it has to drink water. It has to feed grains. Grain, as we saw, grain also requires water. There's a large amount of grain is fed throughout the life of that cow, and then all that calculation, it comes to over 15,000 liters of water just to create 1 kilo of meat. That's drastic. Now the production is gone such a mass scaled in this, like a warehouse, a big mass scale, where like cows or chicken are kept in a very confined space, and they're fed a very high protein diet. Usually, a maximum the chicken can grow is, if you leave it in a nature's left, it can only have 2.5 pounds that can grow to the max level. Now all this artificial feeding, all this confinement, this phase, there's no exercise, there's just feeding all kinds of hormones and different things. It can grow up to 6.2 kilo mash a chicken. On that, because it's designed. The whole slaughterhouse is just designed to produce in mass scale. So one, it's naturally it will be only 2 pounds, but it can grow up to 6.2 with these artificial means. What up? As for the land use, 80% of the crop land, agricultural land, is used to create grains products for feeding the animals. As per the studies, as per the Food and Agriculture Association of USA, it says 80% of the land is used to grow this grains and feed for these meat animals. According to the Vegetarian Times in America, half of the annual destruction of tropical rainforest is caused by clearing a land for a beef cattle. Each pound of hamburger made from Central America or South America costs us about 55 square feet of rainforest. So more every day, what's happening? The rainforest is being destroyed because of this whole industry of meat consumption. 1 acre of land can produce 40,000 pounds of potato. 1 acre of land. It only if it's just the beef is 250 pounds on that same land. Same. So imagine you're getting 40,000 kilo of grains and potatoes and vegetables. How many people can we feed? Big number. In 1 acre. But it only produces 250 pounds of beef. 100 million people could be adequately fed using a land feed if America only reduces their intake of meat just by 10%. Just that's one country. So if combine worldwide, if we to reduce by 10%, imagine how many millions of people with that the hunger and that we have the hungry people, they can be fed. Now, very sad statistics. How many animals killed per hour? 660,000 animals killed per hour in the worldwide. That is every day 150 million animals killed every day. That's a big number. 150 million animals worldwide per day. That includes cattle, sheep, chickens, just name it, goats, and all. So combined, worldwide, every day is killed, 150. That's a drastic. 56 billion animals killed every year for food consumption. It's sad. So, what do we do? It's a crisis. And there's been so much of hype, so much of propaganda that we need to eat meat in order to get a protein. From meat is required. That's what we've been told day in day out in the classes So as for the body, it's not required. It's not that protein is only we can get it through the meat products. Then those animals who are living in the herbs, like the grains and the like horse, elephant, cows, they're equally healthy on the plant-based diets. They're equally strong. So we don't require that. We have so many famous vegetarians who actually lived the whole life vegetarian, and they perfectly fine. They're intelligent. They became the leaders in many areas. Like Albert Einstein, he was vegetarian. Isaac Newton, he was vegetarian. Plato. Yes, Adolf Hitler also was. So, Socrates, Mahatma Gandhi, Leonardo da Vinci. Name it. We have like Narendra Modi, our prime minister, current prime minister. He's a vegetarian. They're equally functioning well. They're going well. Look at the cost of consuming the non-veg diet. It's huge. For the taste, for a little bit, but the cost is enormous on us, to the people in general, the population in the world. We go and cry. Our climate, we have so much problem and issues. This consuming of meatless diet can reduce this climate issue we were going through greatly.
So if we allow these animals to live and they reproduce, they eat vegetarian and they're going to need more space. What's going to happen to these animals?
These animals are as I mentioned, they are produced in factory. They just grow and they just and artificially they impregnate them. They're not naturally growing. The numbers is not naturally growing bigger. They are calculatedly, and they are impregnated through the artificial means to grow the number. So if we leave the animals, just like if you go to the forest of Africa, they're living okay. They're not outgrowing. They're not that's the law of nature. Yeah.
I've had this conversation with vegans, and vegans would be against vegetarians who consume milk.
Mm-hmm.
And also people with this climate change mentality and such think that we shouldn't have cows because they release methane. It's always a wall we come across.
Yes, they will. Yeah, I agree, but nature has got a sufficient way of dealing those little things that we may make it big. Cows lived for thousands of years. In Krishna's time, there were hundreds and thousands of cows lived there. The world hasn't caused any difficulties, any problem. And it won't. So keep it very simple. Lord Krishna gives us a very, very simple, but very powerful. And he describes three kinds of food, right? Mode of food and mode of goodness, food and mode of passion, and food of mode of ignorance. What are the foods of some of the foods and a mode of goodness, Krishna? They food and a mode of goodness increase the duration of life, purify our existence. Yes. Heart. Yes. Food those who are in the mode of goodness increase the duration of life, purify one's existence, and give strength, health, happiness, and satisfaction. Such foods are juicy, fatty, wholesome, and pleasing to heart. Simple. Food that is a mode of passion are too bitter, too sour, salty, hot, pungent, dry, and burning are dear to those who are mode of passion. Such a food causes the distress, misery, and disease. This is Lord Krishna in the chapters 17, text 9, and 8, 9, and 10. Food prepared in the mode of 3 hours before being eaten, food that is tasteless, decomposed, putrid, food consisting of remnants and untouchable things are dear to those who are mode of darkness or ignorance. So, Krishna says that eat simple. What does he say? Patram pushpam phalam toyam. You just need to, you can subsist, or if you offer everything what you eat, simple as patram pushpam phalam toyam, the fruit, leaf, grains, water, you offer to me, and then you are free from the all sinful activities, sin of that. Even to produce a grains and everything, there is so much the living entity gets hurt. When you are cultivating a land, there's many living entities living there, everything. So there is somewhat the killing is there. But that grains which is offered to Krishna, Krishna says, I will take all those sin activities. He says in the Yaggisista Sinashinto Muchante Sarva Kilvisai Bhunjatite Twagam Papa E Pachanti Atma Karanat. Those devotees of Lord are released from all kinds of sins because they eat food which is offered first to sacrifice or Krishna. Others, those who prepare a food for personal enjoyment, verily eat only sin. This is Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna says, Yat karosi yadesnasi yadjahosi dadasi yat tapasasi konteya tat kurushva mad arpanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, whatever you austerity you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Then, so Krishna here is saying, you do it as offering to me, then I take away all that, anything that's sinful in that, there will be, Krishna takes that. So, such is the a dilemma, such is the ramification of a simple thing, that if we can have a meatless diet, even if everybody in the world goes meatless diet for a day, that will save 150 million animals. That is cruelty free. That's So so it's recommended, that it's not required. We consuming of meat is not needed. We can survive without the meat. We have a plenty of fruits, vegetables, grains, dairy products that we can all eat and remain healthy for a whole life. So I'll end here. Is there any questions or comment? The topic today was just a very drastic or very, very gruesome, but it needs to be discussed. We need to be aware that this is what's happening out there. Then we, as our responsibility to make this information available to them, those people who are actually consuming this diet. Hare Krishna. Yes, Krishna.
Do people get reactions if they, by accidentally, they eat meat and they don't know if meat is in that thing?
Right. So the question is, if a person eats not knowing the reaction or reaction behind the eating meat, if he just eats it, is he liable, right? Is that your question? Is he punishable? If a person just goes and steals from somebody and said, sorry, I didn't know, stealing was not good, is he going to be liable or not liable? Liable? Yes. Similarly, the ignorance is not an excuse. Yeah. You can say, I didn't know, I was not supposed to do. I didn't know, I was not supposed to drive on the wrong side of the road. Will the law say, law will give you punishment because you're driving on the wrong side of the road? You cannot have excuse. So you need to know the law. So it's the law of karma will work regardless if you don't know or if you don't know. Yeah, but it's better to know. Yes, Mataji. In my country, they never do that, so I will never assume to check even the ingredients of the yogurt. Correct. So sometimes if we take these things without knowing, like some other ingredients, like a nut bar or something, what you will never think of, they have these ingredients. How much liable we will be? So the Mataji's question is that sometime we, for example, simple as yogurt, as in dairy product, which is okay, but they add this ingredient called gelatin in there. If it's unknowingly, if that's taken, what's the consequence? What's the ramification? See, you cannot be 100% a cruelty-free in this material. It's hard. You walk, you breathe in. You're breathing lots of, hundreds of germs inside. You're driving in this, so many insects are being killed. Huh? So therefore, if that is done unknowingly, something is done, yes, that's very, very minimum. If not, Krishna will say, he'll pardon. I mean, he can. He's got that ability, and pray to Krishna that it was done out of the ignorance, and he's got the ability to say yes, it was done in the ignorance. It was not done. Crime that is done in the ignorance is less punishable if it's done knowingly. So if it's done something out of, yes, Mazi. I mean, the question is that if sometime we can see in a great mass, there is farmers or people are in need of our support because of the droughts and different natural phenomena. Do we be part to help? Can we help? It depends. Yeah, if you know that the end result of the donation or something is going to be gone towards some people, that's okay. Killing sheep, killing another animal or something. It's a questionable, yeah. And if it's going to be genuinely used in the where it's said to be used to help us, then yeah, maybe. Yeah, you just have to use your intelligence and discuss and see. What's Shastra in saying that charity that is given to a unworthy or unqualified person, it's considered low grade. But it's use your intelligence at this point. Yes, well. So you're saying that if the doctors nowadays, if they prescribe you to eat something that's vitamins or something that contains a the non-veg product, so we consume, of course, I would say no, because there are also other natural remedies that they can substitute that same vitamins and proteins that's required. If that contains animal product which is killed and harmed, and then it's better not to take it, because there's other products that are available which would do the same thing. Why would you kill the animal? Use the animal product which is killed. So I wouldn't. Yeah. Yes, John.
I take B12 because I understand that vegetarians will be low in B12 and iron. My question was, just out of curiosity, when food is cooked here and such, do the chefs, are there any supplements like these added to the food at all? Or is it all sort of worked out?
No, it is nothing. No, it's just naturally whatever is in the vegetables, whatever is in the grains, whatever is there, it's naturally is there. There's nothing extra added to make it more thing. The irons and B12s and everything that can be there's some products that has high in iron, like spinach and all that. Yeah. There is substitute that if you're really low, there is natural substitutes available on those like B12s and irons and all that. It's available. But in our kitchen, we don't specifically use add extra just to supplement. We just whatever is there by Krishna's grace, whatever is there by Krishna's arrangement on those grains, that'll be the
Because certain products like rice, there is added nutrition to them, like D1 iron.
Yeah.
Because people need that in their diet, so it's actually added. It's all in cereals.
It's not required. People have proven, and we are living examples. And we're still talking to people, we're still running. As I didn't think so. Any of our counterpart, who are non-vegetarian, are far, way greatly better than non-veg. They're performing the equally same, if not better. But as we saw, the scientifically how much destruction it creates, just in order to just get a little meat diet on your plate. It's
I was just at the curiosity, that was all.
yeah.
If I have this knowledge myself, I know what to do.
Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, in our kitchen, that we don't add extra, just to supplement. But whatever is there on its own. Yeah. Yes, Mazi.
Actually, if we are healthy, we don't have any deficiencies. For example, iron can be deficient if you have some disease which is like bleeding internal or something.
Mm.
Also, if you have cancer, a lot of iron is used for in that metabolic process in the body.
Mm.
So that's they usually like that. And also vitamin B12 is a lot deficient in those who can have parasites, because parasites they use a lot of vitamin B12.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
someone who has vitamin B12 deficiency in long run, they need to check for parasites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, general checkup is required, and then there is a remedy available, so use it.
And it's no point taking more vitamin B12 because you're feeding the parasites. You need first to address the issue why you have
Mm-hmm.
deficiency.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. If you have a B12 for a longer period of time, there could be some other cause that might have caused, like parasite. Did you say?
Parasite is one of them.
So you maybe get checked.
Yeah, there is too much antibiotics which destroys the flora in the body.
Antibiotics. Yep. Well, so thank you. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Premanande.
Of the link, it's a package actually. It's not just food alone, because the aim of human life is achieving the spiritual goal.
Yeah.
So therefore, the entire Vedic culture has been geared up to that part.
Yeah.
So therefore, one should not take food in isolation. One should take food as a puzzle,
Yes.
or the jig in a puzzle. So if that is missed, then we are trying to give a patchwork.
Yes, true. That's true. Yeah, that's a very valid point. I should have. Yes. Ultimately, you have to offer everything to